Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. A lot of you guys have, a lot of you are in a situation where you're doing your shadow work, you're looking back over your lifetime, and wherever you are on your process, at some point in time, and you may be there now, you look back over your life and think, why did I have this hard life? Why did I? Because some people are still trying. I don't want to say still stuck in the victimhood, but some people are, and you look back over your life and you think, why did I have to go through what I went through? Why was I sexually abused? Why was I abandoned? Why was I why did I have narcissist parents? Why did I have a narcissist relationship? There's so many things. Why was I alone? Why did I feel like I had to have somebody? You could have been on either end of that spectrum. Sorry, and I'm petting my cat, so now. All right, Daniel, go away. I love you. And you look back and you question. And then you're told that you chose this lifetime. And then you have to come to grips with why, and because you ask yourself, who in their right mind would agree to come back to that bullshit? Who would agree to come back to that? Because you're looking at it, and I'm not making light of whatever you came back into in this existence. Because whatever you went through was what your soul chose in this lifetime to come back into. Whatever I came back into was the same or different than yours. And that's where we can't compare. We can't judge, because you looking at it as, well, you didn't have it as bad as I did. That's judgment. You're looking at your situation that it was worse than anybody else's, when in fact, someone else had a different situation and it was just as challenging for them as yours was for you. And you go back and you're trying to reason and trying to figure out why you went through this. And I will tell you, because of the number of sessions that I've done with people, the number of people that I've talked to in life, whatever you went through, you're not the only one. There are other people here that have gone through the same, very similar situations as you. And I've always said, it's your soul's path. It's your soul's journey. It was your soul's choice to come here. And sometimes, because there's duality here on earth, this is like the only places you can experience duality. So you come here as somebody that you've always picked a challenging path. The more times you come back, you pick more challenging things to learn from. You know, it's just like a new soul. You can't expect a baby to take on the world. The baby has to grow and evolve and learn to be able to take on the world. Your soul, as a young soul, most of who I'm talking to are not young souls. We're old souls. We've been here many times. You're taking on the world. We're changing the world, literally. You just being here with your vibration is changing the world. So, but you've had to go through all of this learning throughout all of your existence, which has been like forever, and to get to this point. And I had a session because I worked with someone at one point, and they said, you know, that they had a pretty rough childhood, and they were hanging on to a lot of anger and resentment, and why did this happen to me? And I was trying to help them understand that, you know, that potentially, and I said, I don't know, because I'm not here to tell you what your past lives were, but potentially you had an existence where you were the dominant person. You controlled a lot. You were not a nice person. So you chose to come back in this one and see, okay, I know what it's like to control. What is it like to be controlled or not have control? You know, I was the bad person. Let me see and did these things to people. Now let me see what it's like to have them done to me. And we did a session, and when I do a session, I get out of the way. I don't say this is what you're going to see. I don't say this is what you're going to experience, because you're tapped into your higher self, which knows everything. You experience what you experience. Every session I do is completely different. And this person went into a past life, and they saw what kind of person they were. And they were the controller. They were they did a lot of bad things to people. So they chose to come back in this life and have those things done to them. Yes, in our human existence, we can sit back and think, why would you do that? Who in their right mind would come back and be sexually abused as a child? Men and women. I've had both. You know, I mean, I stated in I think yesterday's video, that was not my life here in this existence. I'm sure in some life I have been through that, but that was not my life. So in my consciousness, I didn't realize that was a thing until I started helping people. And the more you're aware of it, the more, when you go down that rabbit hole, more will be exposed to you. It's like, it's not even a rabbit hole. It's your consciousness. You know, when you start looking at a car, you go buy a car, and then all of a sudden, that's all you see everywhere. You never noticed it before, but all of a sudden now, that's all you see. You see them everywhere. It's the same thing. So for me, I did not realize child trafficking, sexual child sex abuse was such a thing until the first person that came into my existence that I heard about it. And now I see, I'm very well aware of the fact that it exists. And so you think, why would I come back to that? That's your human judgment. That's your human limiting self making that call. That's not from where it was made before you came into this existence. Your soul wants to experience everything. Your soul is tapped into, is God. God wants to experience everything. God doesn't look at it as a good thing or a bad thing. There is no judgment. It just is an experience. And some people will go back and look at that and say, well, how sadistic is that of a God to put me through that? That was your choice. You're gonna you experience whatever you experience. It's just an experience. The thing is, we have come back now to learn to transcend that experience and just see it, that it just was. I look at everything that I went through. It made you who you are. It was a lesson that you chose to learn in this existence. Because you could be on the other side of that and you could have been the one that was sexually abused in a past life. So now you choose to be the abuser in this life. Again, there is no I don't judge you. The thing is, and you look at, because I know people that have been in that situation and they can't live with themselves anymore and they've committed suicide. Or they didn't and they just died in this existence and they've moved on. The thing is, we're not here to judge. God is not judging. It is an experience. It just is. The thing is to be able to look at it as it just is. Whatever you've been through in your lifetime, however many years you've been on this existence, whether it's been 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years, 90, however old you are, whatever you've been through has gotten you to this point. It didn't kill you. You may have had situations where you wish you would have just been gone. So you didn't have to live another minute. So you didn't have to endure whatever another minute. But it made you stronger. Seeing it as just an experience and not getting tied to, don't get stuck in it. Because is it happening right now? Look at, and I've been in this situation. I look at, who am I right now? Is it who I choose to be? If it is, keep going. If something comes up, and because I've had this awareness recently, where I look at, what? This isn't who I choose to be anymore. This type of person, this behavior, this whatever, is not who I choose to be anymore. In that moment, you have a choice to make. Is it something you want to carry forward, or is it something you just want to drop and not be that person anymore? Because every single moment of every single moment, you have the choice to continue or change it. Nothing changes until you change. So, whatever you've been through, wherever you are right now, look at it. Don't go back and judge the past. Learn from it. See it as an experience. Send it love because it got you where you are. Is it something you choose to carry forward? Is it serving you? If it is, fine. There's a lot of my past that still serves me. I carry that forward with me. There's a lot of my past that does not serve me any longer. It's who I was. I choose to not carry it forward. Now, that doesn't mean every day is going to be a bed of roses. There are thorns on roses. You will come up against thorns. It's being able to see the thorns. They have a value. They have a purpose. See them for the beauty that they are. Do they hurt? Yeah. But don't live in the hurt. See it as an experience and be able to move past it. Seeing the trauma that you've been through, whatever it is, see it as an experience that you went through. You were never meant to be stuck there. Your soul, when you came into this existence, knew that that's what you were going to go through. Your physical body, your limiting beliefs, your limited knowledge is what kept you in it. Now we're seeing that you experienced it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's not a judgment. Now it's time to move past that. To experience the next whatever you're here to experience. While you're stuck in the past, while you're stuck in the misery of whatever it is, you can't experience the next thing that you're here to experience. And it's not, usually, it's not another bad experience. Because you're learning to grow. You came here and experienced what you chose to experience initially. Now you're growing. And when, not if, when, because again, you move into a bed of roses, there are thorns on roses. My life did not shift to rainbows and sunshine all the time. Yes, but the thing is, you learn to climb up on that rainbow and see it and let that beautiful light shine on whatever it is that you're going through, and you see it from a different point. Again, you start to see the thorns on the roses as serving a purpose. and you just happen to walk into one of them for a reason. It got your attention. See what that attention, what it drew your attention to. Experience it, learn from it, but the thing is, we tend to get so caught up in, I got cut by a thorn, that damn thorn, it hurts, I'm bleeding, 3 days later, it still hurts, and you're still stuck in focusing on that thorn. I.e., whatever the challenge was in your life that you went through. You know, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a past memory, whether it's, you know, I mean, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my God, I tried to be quiet so I didn't wake up my husband. Oh no. It was like I was dropping stuff. Things were just happening. And I was like, really? I'm trying to be quiet. And I'm like a bull in a china shop. But I didn't get focused on and let that make my day of, oh, well, I can't do anything right. I'm screwing up. I tried to be quiet, you know, and look at the negative part of it. I probably woke up my husband. He's probably gonna, you know, I probably ruined his day because he couldn't sleep. And there's my rooster. Speaking of waking up, so you can't sleep. Oh, I love it. He's my heart. Anyway, if it continues, I will hold that thought. Okay, I had to go feed him so it would be quiet. Where was I? I don't even know where I was. Getting stuck in my morning. You know, I can't worry about how my husband wakes up. You know, I didn't do it on purpose, but I step back and I just let it go. And it's like, you know what? Did I do it on purpose? No. It just is. But it was a thorn. Now, granted, it was a slight scratch because it was slightly annoying. But, you know, how many times do you wake up and something happens? You stump your toe. You know, you go out to put something in your car and you bash the crap out of your shin on the trailer hitch because it's there. That hurts. You know, your best friend calls you and unleashes on you. Or your spouse, but you know, you end up in an argument. Life happens. You know, you see a video that triggers you. Somebody says something that triggers you. The thing is, not to get stuck in it. Don't dwell on the situation. See it, acknowledge it, feel the whatever emotion is tied to it, feel it, but just let that energy flow through you. See it as an experience. You are meant, and my last few videos have talked about flow. You are meant to flow. You're not meant to get stuck. You getting stuck is where the misery comes in. You getting stuck is where the stress and the tension and the hell on earth comes from. You're meant to see it, experience it. That's what you were here for. And just flow through those rough patches. You know, And then things will get better. But as long as you're focused on the being stuck, as long as you're focused on why can't I get this out? My morning didn't go as planned. You know, my husband fussed at me, which he didn't, but I'm just using that as an excuse or a thing. You know, my husband fussed at me this morning. My wife fussed at me this morning. My car broke down. You know, I've had all of that. Never had my wife fuss at me. Never had one, but that's okay. But yeah, I've gone out to get in my car and my car won't start. You know, you go out to get in your car and you have a flat tire. You fix it, you get it taken care of, and you move on. You don't dwell in it. You don't sit and beat yourself up over it. You know, if you're still in an abusive relationship, get out. No, I'm not here to tell you what to do. You have a choice. Get out or stay. You know, if you choose to stay, if you chose to stay, either one, don't go back later and then blame that person for where you are now. You made the choice to stay there. It's not their fault. Every moment is a new choice. You know, I go back and I look at stuff that I've been through. I can't go back. I could go back and blame everybody in my life for my dark night of the soul. It was because it was their fault. They all put me there. That's why I was lonely. That's why I was miserable. That's why I tried to commit suicide. That's why, you know, that isn't fixing anything. That's just living in blame. I go back and I look at that experience while it was my hell on earth. I'm thankful that it happened because I grew from it. I became a better person because of it. It really woke me up. I can't even tell you it woke me up. It was a rude wake-up call. So, and yeah, I have another hair in my eye. God. See, life even happens to me. And I know you're like, you have a hair in your eye, big deal. It's annoying. Anyway, y'all are just gonna have to deal with me wiping my eye. That's all there is to it. Again, I could let it stress me out. I could let it frustrate me. It's annoying because I can't find it. It's stuck in my eyelashes somewhere, but that's all right. Anyway. And my rooster's still crowing. He wants more food. Cat food. He gets cat food. He's had his food. He's spoiled is what he is. But he's my man, so that's a good thing. He's an old man. Yeah, so whatever you're going through, you have a choice to continue dwelling in it, wallowing in it, seeing it as it happened to you, or see that it happened, it made you for who you are. No, did that sound right? That doesn't even sound right. It made you who you are. It happened for you. I don't know where that came from, but anyway. Now you have the choice to let it go. And that's part of forgiveness. You know, I can tell you you need to forgive whoever. You know what forgiveness is? Is seeing that situation, put it in a box, and just drop it. Just let it go. Stop carrying that shit with you. I don't care. I mean, I said something the other day about some of the thoughts that I've had, you know, for what people have done to me. Oh my God, it would make your head spin. And I go back and I look at it and it's like, oh my God, the power that I gave that person, the time I wasted on how I was going to take them out of this world, literally. And I look back and I go, that was crazy. But when I dropped it and I chose not to carry that burden anymore, it was like literally the weight of the world was lifted off of me. And I let it go. That is forgiveness. It's just you choosing you over them. Stop giving them your power. You take your power back. It is that simple. It's not. And again, that's all it is you taking your power back. It's not condoning their behavior. It's not agreeing with their behavior. It's not saying, oh, you were right. I was the bad one. No, you're not owning the shit you went through. If it makes you feel better, package that, whatever it is, that, because again, you get what you give. When that person did something to you, they're gonna get it back. So when you drop it, it's there for them to get it back. You holding on to it is you keeping it. You're not allowing the karma to circle. You're not allowing that energy to come back because you're holding on to it. You know? You may see the justice in this lifetime. You may not. That's not for you to make happen. What you're here is to just flow. Let things flow. Whatever is given to you, allow it to flow. Good, bad, or indifferent. Allow it to flow. If it feels good, go with it. If it doesn't feel good, just let it keep flowing. Learn from it. You know, because again, you're here to learn. You don't know that stove is hot until you touch it. But you don't dwell in the fact that you just got a burn and then you carry that burn, you know, and you relive it and you rehash it and you blame somebody else for you touching that stove. No. Your parent probably told you, don't touch that stove, it's hot. And your stubborn ass went up and said, well, let me see what hot is. I don't know what hot is. Now you know what hot is. You know? Your parent told you, don't bounce, have enough money in your checking account, don't bounce your checks. And you were like, I have a check, I'm just going to write it. You bounced a check, you got a charge, now you know what it's like to bounce an account. You choose not to make that silly mistake anymore. I don't care what it is. I don't care how ridiculous you think it is. I don't care how drastic you think it is. It was an experience that you chose to have. You made the choice. The relationship. You learned from it. You know that this is not the type of person you choose to have in your existence the next time. It was a lesson. And I will tell you, the narcissist shit is real. And if you understand what that is, you will see how it will open your eyes to what the government's doing. Not our current administration, but the one before that and everything before that that's being exposed. Anyway, again, everything happens for you for a reason. Not getting hung in it is where the magic happens. So, and the other part, and I'm going to try to make this part quick. You can get validation for everything in life. On YouTube, you can get validation for everything that you've been through. Why you are the way you are. Why you experienced what you experienced. If you had, because I know people that have done this, they've been in a narcissistic relationship. You can find all that stuff all day long on YouTube. The thing is it serving you? You can go, okay, you know what? Thank God. I know I'm not the only one that's been down this path. There are other people that have experienced the same thing. I learned from it and then let it go. Don't dwell in it. Don't keep watching videos on it. Don't keep rehashing over and over and telling everybody what you went through and how horrible it was and all that kind of stuff, because all you're doing is holding on to that energy. Let it go. See it for what it was and let it go. And only then will you start to feel better. You being a light worker, a star seed, the chosen one, part of the 144,000, whatever, we've all been through or you're going through your dark night of the soul. You will find videos about why you're alone, why you've gone through whatever you've gone through, why you're dealing with the shadow work, which is uncomfortable, how to deal with the shadow work. You can see those videos all day long. Why you had a hard childhood, why people gravitate to you, or why people run away from you. You can get caught up in it, or you can go, you know what? Yep, that resonates with me. I see it. That's me. And then let it go. Understand that it is your existence. It's part of why you're here. But you're here to learn to go with the flow. Learn from whatever you've been through. Don't get caught up in it, because then if it's a negative situation, you're continuing to relive the negative experience. And then you get what you focus on. So when you relive that, you start clicking on narcissist abuse, guess what keeps coming up for you? Now you keep getting videos on narcissist abuse. So you feel like, oh, I got to watch this one. Oh, I got to watch this one. Oh, and then you're just feeding the cycle. Break the cycle. Learn to see things from a different vantage point. Your YouTube is not going to break that cycle for you. You have to break that cycle. When you start searching sex trafficking or child abuse or whatever, that's what keeps coming up. When you break that cycle and you go, you know what? Okay, I'm not that person anymore. I see. This is where I've been. This isn't who I choose to be moving forward. You break that cycle. You may still get a video from time to time. Doesn't mean you have to watch it. The more you stop watching things, even videos, like I said before, my people that I follow has changed throughout my journey. For a while, people that I started following, and then I was like, you know what? I'm tired of listening to this stuff. There are people now, it's like, I don't need to hear this stuff. I'm beyond that point. They still pop up from time to time. Does it mean I have to look at it? No. So I hope this helps. I always hope my videos help you. But like I said, the biggest thing is see it for what it is. Don't get hung in it. Don't get stuck there. Because the more you're stuck there, the more you're going to stay there. You're not ever stuck. You always have a choice to let it go and see the beauty in the chaos. See that the thorns are there for a reason. The next time you walk through the rose bush, you learn to be a little more careful. You can pick and choose. You grab the rose and you pull it out of your way. You see it for the beauty. You see the thorns for the beauty, but you've learned that the thorns hurt. So you move it aside. It's still beautiful. But you focusing on, it's like, kind of like if you ride a motorcycle. You're going down the road. If something is in the road, you focus on where you want to go. You don't focus on the thing in the road, because if you focus on the thing in the road, you're going to hit that thing in the road. If it's a pothole, if it's a dead animal, if it's a whatever, you get what you focus on. On a motorcycle, you're looking ahead. You're looking around the turn. You don't focus on the road right in front of you, because that's already going past you. You look ahead. If you focus on that pothole, guess what? You're going to hit that pothole. If you're going around a turn and you're looking out over the edge, guess where you're going? Over the edge. You better be looking to where you want to go. If you don't ride a motorcycle, again, driving a car, your rear view mirror is smaller than your windshield for a reason. You can look in your rear view mirror to see what's behind you, but then let it go. It's behind you. It's done. Focus on what's ahead of you. The beautiful world that's ahead of you. Focus on where you want to go, not where you've been. So I send you love. I send you so much light. I'm here to help you through this journey. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter, life still happens to all of us. It's how you choose to look at it and how you choose to deal with it. Life still happens to me. I still have thorns every now and then that I have to navigate through. I get to navigate through. Getting to the other side and seeing the beauty in it is where the magic is. It's amazing. So anyway, have an amazing day, and we will talk soon.